John Woloshin thought he had indigestion, maybe a bad meal, a little too much to drink. But within minutes, he was convulsing, gasping for breath. The pain in his stomach turned to fire, and as his vision blurred, he saw his wife, watching, expressionless, unmoved. His last thought? Why isn't she helping me? He wouldn't live to know the answer. Because this wasn't an accident. This was murder, and behind it, one of the deadliest crime syndicates America had ever seen, the Philadelphia poison ring. The 1930s were a time of struggle. The Great Depression left families desperate. And where there's desperation, there's opportunity. Enter Herman and Paul Petrillo, cousins, con artists, and cold-blooded killers. These Italian immigrants had built a criminal empire out of a simple but lethal business, murder for hire. They had a system, a deadly, foolproof system. Herman was a tailor by trade, but sewing didn't pay the bills. Paul? He ran a shady insurance business, which gave them their golden ticket. Here's how it worked. They convinced struggling wives to take out life insurance policies on their husbands. The policies, of course, were forged with the Petrillos or corrupt associates listed as beneficiaries. Then the husbands mysteriously dropped dead, usually from arsenic poisoning. Simple, efficient, deadly, and it worked. For a while. For years they operated in the shadows. Dozens of men died. Natural causes, the doctors would say. No one questioned it. The money rolled in. They paid off police. They grew bolder. They even began selling their poison services to desperate wives who wanted out of their marriages. The cost? Just a few $100s and a promise to stay quiet. They had an entire network, corrupt doctors, funeral home directors, and forgers who made sure every death looked innocent. But then, they got greedy, and that's what got them caught. The turning point? A botched job. A woman named Stella Almarella agreed to have her husband killed. But when it didn't happen fast enough, she got nervous. She talked, and that whisper reached the wrong or the right ears. Detectives started digging. What they found was staggering. Dozens of life insurance policies tied to the same people. A network of suspicious deaths, all eerily similar. Victims linked back to one common thread, the Petrillos. Then came the final break, an undercover sting. One of their associates, Pete Venturino, flipped on them. He agreed to wear a wire, capturing the details of their next murder plot. The moment they discussed poisoning another victim, the police had what they needed. The trial was sensational. Over 100 witnesses testified. The evidence was undeniable. Insurance fraud, poisonings, confessions. The jury didn't need long to decide. Paul Petrillo was sentenced to life. Herman Petrillo, the electric chair, their empire of death, ended. But the chilling part? They weren't alone. For years, the Philadelphia poison ring was just one piece of a larger, darker underworld where murder was business and human lives had a price tag. The only question left, how many more got away with it?